Friends, if your kitchen is cluttered and finding anything feels like a treasure hunt, it's time to declutter. So today, we'll talk about things you don't need in your kitchen, things you can get rid of to make your space more functional, spacious, and just awesome. Let's go. Rarely used appliances. Do you really need that toaster if you never make toast? Do you really need that food processor if you only use it once a year? Do you really need that air fryer? By the way, here are a few tips for appliances. Buy appliances from the same brand and collection in a matching color scheme. That way, even if they're out on the counter, they'll still look stylish. Second tip, create dedicated niches with built-in outlets. These niches should be positioned so you can easily open the door so your kettle and food processor stay right in place. Extra kitchen knives from different sets or unnecessary utensils. Instead, get one good knife set with 4 to 5 different knives from the same collection. Now let's talk about fridge magnets and notes. Seriously guys, you go on a trip, buy a magnet and stick it on the fridge? Come on, just take pictures and organize them in folders on your phone. This one's from Barcelona, that one's from somewhere else. At the very least, print out those photos in black and white or apply a filter. Then hang them on the wall. It'll look much nicer. As for those magnets, just get rid of them. But if you need some notes, there are these laconic planners that are attached to the refrigerator, but it is better to take this planner, hide it, and carefully place it so that it is not visible from the living room. And on this planner, carefully write some message with a marker that erases what you need to do or some note, and then erase what you don't need and you don't have any visual noise here. Bags full of bags. You buy groceries, get a bag and stash it in a drawer. These bags pile up, turn into a mountain, take up an entire huge drawer, or hang on the kitchen door handle, creating clutter. Friends, if you bring home a plastic bag, just toss it in the trash right away. If you care about the environment or want to save money, get a reusable fabric bag and take it to the store. And that spot where all your bags pile up, you can put it to better use. For example, you could set up a recycling station there. And to reduce food waste, you could install a garbage disposal. That way, you'll be making the most of your space. Let's move on. Curtains. This is a bit of a debated topic, and it applies mainly to separate kitchens. If your kitchen is part of an open-plan living and dining area, curtains and drapes can work. But if you have a small kitchen with curtains hanging right next to the stove, they just add visual clutter. If you need sun protection, go for blinds or roller shades instead. They look sleek and stylish, and high-quality blinds can actually make your interior feel more upscale. Oven mitts. Oh, those oven mitts. Red, green, worn out, burned. Just get proper silicone mitts for handling hot trays. Use those and toss out all the rest. Extra mugs. Mugs from an exhibition, a trip, a birthday gift with your photo on it, a mug someone left at your place, a work mug, so many random mugs. Having mismatched mugs is trendy, but not in the way I just described. Want some variety? Get mugs from the same collection in different colors that complement each other. But honestly, solid colored ones are the best option. Your kitchen will instantly feel more organized. The next thing you need to throw out is chipped dishes. If there is a chip or crack on the dishes, then microbes and bacteria start in this chip or crack, which are very difficult to wash out. It is not safe to eat from such dishes. Pots and pans that have been lying around for years, you never use them. They take up space. Keep 1 or 2 pans, 1 small pot, 1 large pot. That's enough. Useless baking molds. Go to your kitchen right now and look at your baking molds. Ask yourself one crucial question. When was the last time you used them? If it was over a year ago, go ahead, open the drawer under your sink with the trash bin and toss them. Containers. What kind of containers should you have? Ideally, glass containers. They can be used to take food to work, cook in them, or store meals. You can even use them as salad bowls or put them in the oven. That's why glass containers are a universal solution. If you have food delivery containers, remember that these containers can only be used once. Reusing them a second, third, or fourth time is unsafe. A supply of glass jars. If you don't make preserves, there's no need to store them. They all reduce the useful space of your kitchen. Throw them out and don't regret it. Old, unused textiles. Towels, tablecloths, and cleaning rags. The rule for towels, they should be the same color and from the same collection. Towels should be clean, new, and tidy. The same applies to tablecloths. If you have a tablecloth you haven't used in a year, where do you think it belongs? That's right, give it away to someone who actually needs it. Kitchen utensils also take up space. You open a drawer and there's a ladle, a potato masher, a whisk, and so on, all from different collections bought at different stores. Friends, if you really need these items, get them from the same collection. Expired spices. Take out food containers. Where do you keep those open spice packets? It's better to buy jars and transfer your spices into them. That way it looks neat and aesthetically pleasing. Everything is organized and it's easy to find what you need. Instead of rummaging through 10 different spice packets, and heaven forbid you knock over that spice box, if it spills all over the floor, I wouldn't envy you. What color should your kitchen sponge be? Well, definitely not bright yellow-green. It should be a neutral color. A neutral color blends in with your kitchen and doesn't draw attention. By the way, here's a sponge hack for you. You can install a holder on the side of your sink and store your sponge there. That way, it won't be noticeable because it's out of sight. In one of my apartments, I have a special white shelf that blends with the backsplash, and that's where I store my sponges. That's also where I keep the dish brush and the cloth for wiping the table. It's super convenient, neat, and doesn't attract attention. Cooking magazines and books. Friends, we are in the 21st century. You have ChatGPT can come up with something to cook for you, find a dish that you can make, not to mention that you can find any dish on the internet. So if you have a cookbook and you really love holding these books in your hand, please put it in the cabinet where you have the rest of your books. Storing grains and pasta in old bags. The same logic applies as with spices. Buy neat, stylish jars and pour your grains into them, and you'll be happy. No mess at all. Let's open your refrigerator and see what's in there. For example, the expiration date of cucumbers and tomatoes has expired. Periodically, you need to check the refrigerator, but you know, often people do an inspection of the refrigerator, but forget one very important drawer, the freezer. Open the freezer, see if there are any expired foods, throw them away. Tea and coffee that were stale. It's the same here. If you have loose tea in different boxes, it's better to organize storage in convenient, neat jars. Honestly, different bags in a container or in a plastic box of chocolates are not serious. Organize this storage in the same style, in the same jars. Old cutting boards. The same rule applies to cutting boards. Get simple, solid colored ones. There are great ceramic cutting boards available. Black, gray, wooden, just make sure they're from the same collection. Realistically, you don't need more than 2 types of cutting boards. One for meat, one for vegetables. What else often accumulates in cabinets? Batteries, instructions, chargers, some kind of tool. You should store things where you use them. The kitchen is not a place to store tools. And now, a general rule. If you haven't used something in 12 months, throw it out. Do a full kitchen declutter every 6 months and get rid of anything unnecessary based on these rules. This way, you'll have a clean, spacious kitchen that doesn't drain your energy. And just like in your kitchen, your mind will feel clear and organized. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, leave a like, hit the bell, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next videos. Bye-bye.